Good evening everyone, sorry for the delay. It's Gtsa Season 1, Race 6, Pool 1. I think we're in the start of the first heat, we missed qualifying. And we've got Mr. DNG, Mr. P-Man, Jensen, S&P, Cads, Ghost Killer, Uncle Baby, Henny in the top 8 coming through on lap 7 of the kart race. Unfortunately I did ask these guys to wait 10 minutes, but looks like they didn't get the message. We've got SNS Sean, he's currently in last, D-Man 10th, Joshua, Henny, and then we've got the leaders coming through, Mr. DNG to lap the guys. Hope everyone's had a good race, weren't murdered like I was. We'll have to see race 2, if they're qualifying in the start here. Rob, are you there? Nice little battle for the top 3 here.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? It looks like Rob's having a little bit of signal issue in the big hole there, can't hear him at the moment. But we've got this great battle here, Mr. DNG, Henny and Uncle Baby fighting for the top 3. Top 5, sorry. Mr. Pootmang and Ghost Killer Pace are all right together, all within a second of the lead. We are 7 minutes in, so they're going to possibly be doing a few more, 3-4 more laps still. Just catching my breath. Rav, how you doing? You there? We've got C8 Henny and Uncle Baby having close score here for second. They're riding Mr. DNG's slipstream. 8 minutes gone. We'll get another 3 laps here. Looks like Ghost Killer's just dropped off the back slightly, but he'll get in the slipstream and hopefully get pulled further forward. While we're watching, a shout out to our sponsors, TGN Racing Simulators, Track Art, Right Recruitment and Rhino Utilities. A great little dice here on this odd uphill downhill section of the track with the top 4 all together. And DNG and Henny go wide there. Henny gets pushed up against the wall and drops to 5th. And 2 laps to go, you should still be able to get a bit of slipstream from the car in front of him. All the guys in the comments let us know how the race went. We've got Uncle Baby's fan club in the chat there. I think that shows who possibly was the one who won the TGN race room tickets last month. And let us know if you've gone yet. When you're planning to go for, Uncle Baby gets murdered against the wall. So that's his race done. 1.5 laps to go with a 1.5 second penalty. Very unlucky there. Go back to the front.
Good evening, Stephen.
Hey Rob, how's it, man? You managed to get through now. We got
just experienced some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we got Mr. B, DNG, Ghost Killer, Henny all battling for the lead. Uncle Baby just died. There's 30 seconds left in this race.
And a penalty to well.
Yeah, we're watching the leaders.
Yeah.
Good evening. What will be the final lap?
I see there's a lot of things going on. Yeah, Sting says he hears the crowd going wild.
Mr. P's in the lead last lap, but can he hold on? He's got DNG right behind him in the slipstream. When we joined on lap 7, Mr. DNG was leading. He gives a little nudge into the uphill downhill section. We don't want to be bumping there. Looks like the top 2 have a little gap, so it's between Mr. P and DNG. Through the last 2 corners, what's going to happen? Ravi sounded like he disappeared. Henny is fighting for Ghost Killer for 4th. Mr. P manages
I'm bouncing between my own stream and the GTSA stream. Yeah,
No
so
probs. Mr.
I
P
decided to
take
not in my stream.
Mr. P takes the win. C18, he holds Ghost Killer for second. We've got D-Man 6th, Josh 7th, Jensen 8th, S&P just holds off Uncle Babby after that unfortunate crash. Also had a 1.5 second penalty. Then Cads and SNS Sean come in, or Sean starting, he's one lap down, but he's come across in 11th place. So it looks like we only have 11 this race, no one getting relegated. Whew, and catch our breath there. So how did you enjoy the combo, Rob?
Oh, go-karts. Yeah, no, I was trying a lot of things where I could have just been actually just keeping pace, but I was trying different lines and everything, and obviously you saw what happened. I put myself in the wall a few times. Okay, I didn't put myself in a wall and had no damage, but a good amount of spins, as they say, fooling around.
I did have a laugh in our second heat when you donated a win to me, but I don't know if I got stuck on the grid on that last race.
What happened, race 3?
It wouldn't pull off. It pulled off on 7 seconds. Then I ran wide once.
Oh, and you know what the problem is, Stephen. There is actually a glitch with these shiftings. Yeah, if it's over 15,000 units from the launch, you won't launch. As soon as it goes to 14,999, the car will launch.
Yeah,
and I've seen that so many times.
I had that in the practice start, so I went. I also, if I was in neutral, not neutral, but as the lobby loads, even without putting accelerator, if it wouldn't start. So I went neutral first gear for each race, and I waited for a millisecond after the start just to not have a problem, and that time it just really got stuck because it wouldn't go. But anyway, there was some interesting driving, overtaking people, and they turn into you on the straight. But we'll check the replays for that, because I would have been behind you around about 5th in that last race, which would have been enough to go through. But now I'll be stuck in pool 4 for another week thanks to a technical thing. Last week, I got stuck in the pits.
That's such unfortunate, because just on the start.
That was my easiest track, the last one. I was actually surprised I didn't die 100 times on the track we're on now, Igo, because I think I did about 5 minutes on Igo and I didn't do one lap without spinning. So yeah, we got DNG now.
Igo was... I must say, I was impressed with the laps that I did, because I was not enjoying Igo no one, like in practice and stuff. Yeah. I was dreading this track.
You were flying. I wasn't even... I think I was second, and I had a slow start because I was being careful. Went to third, got back to second, and then I went past, I think it was Parky, and there was a big battle behind me. I had like a 2.5 second lead, so I just cruised the last 8.5 minutes. And then I saw you make the first mistake, and you're still like 2 seconds ahead. I was like, wow, I should have pushed. Maybe I would have been ahead of him when he made his mistake. And as I think that day is Rub facing the wrong way over the bridge.
Oh, that was so annoying, and I saw it coming, but I didn't let off. It was just...
What happened? You went through that last left, and the right kink onto the bridge, you touch the grass. A little bit deep. Yeah. Because I was doing that every time in practice. And the big hairpin corner, I saw you going wider across the top. I lost it a few times like that, and I lost it a few times in the middle line, so I just coasted and took a nice casual line through there. Okay, looks like we're about to start qualifying. Race 2, Tiger, pool 1. But yeah.
But I mean, you can help close these guys in lap time, right? I mean, everyone, the entire lobby is within the same 7/10 of each other. I mean, if you look at the results, 51-3, 51, 51-4, 51-7, 51-7, 51-4, 51-5, 2, 51-0, 51-6. Cads did take the fastest lap in that last little sprint. But yeah, that's crazy. And I mean, this is the thing. There's so many drivers, even with us in Pool 4, that are also in the 51. So there's probably easily around maybe 30 drivers, if not more, 40 drivers, close to 40 drivers, within the same, let's say, second of fastest lap times.
Yeah, that's the thing with karts. So also,
yeah, everything is that close.
With our stewards panel, I'm going to possibly just see what the guys say. Maybe we should cut the penalties in half for this round. Just
yeah, I think so. I think
a
so.
small tap, that's 5
Honestly,
seconds.
you need to cut them by like 80%. Yeah.
A 5-second penalty that you normally give for a small incident will take a guy from second to 12.
Exactly. So, yeah. I mean, even with the Kyoto Miyabi race, that was also just such a stupid.
I was so annoyed with
because I was.
Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying on my qualifying, I messed up. You saw I went past. I was running by myself, not worrying about slipstream or anything, and I was 3/10 up on that lap. And when you come out the downhill right just before the chicane, I had it pinned on the exit early and up onto the curb, and the back wheel just touched the grass, and it gave me a tank slapper into the wall on the other side. Without that, I would have had my best lap there.
Oof. Yeah, and I
think I was 0.011 behind you.
Doing stupid mistakes.
Rusty says he's coming for the race. He's supposed to be in the pool. We're also waiting for Henny at the moment. Other guys in the comments, tell us how your race went. I know Rub had a first, third, and fifth. I had a fourth, first, and 10th or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, if you fourth race, I was gonna finish 7th. That was my strategy.
You're doing that odd numbers thing. Quite smart.
Yeah.
Fifth race 9th.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. And wow, yeah, isn't it Sean? He's saying the marshals are going to be lacquer busy, and that is just straight up true. That's going to be.
Isn't it Sean's racing here? He's got some serious pace.
Exactly.
Isn't it Steve's son? I saw Steve, shout out. I saw you in the stream there just now.
Yeah, Steve was also doing some seriously good laps, seriously fast, seriously consistent. Henny's got I saw Henny with a 3-second penalty. But yeah, okay. What's his name? The race, the power. Zokan Gaming saying hello Gtsa. Good evening to you, Zokan. Sting saying the inverse is true. If you get bumped and get any damage, you're over. Came in last and was 8 seconds behind above me due. So half penalties. I don't think half penalties will even be good. So that's we're gonna have to take into consideration like a half a second penalty or 1 second or 2 second penalty for like heavy incidents or something like that. It's gonna be tricky. I see there's the thoughts are happening.
Okay, we've got qualifying on now.
That's the other thing because yeah, I see they're giving each other enough space. SMP decides to give himself a penalty, he's gonna go out. And yeah, so they're giving each other nice space because well in all honesty, I feel like everyone's gonna feel taken of each other again. Yeah, slipstream is so potent it can really let you everything. It can be literally the make or break in your lap times. I think I see Josh Quash and Sean very close knit. Same with SMB3. Same man. Vincent is completely TIA, so back. As for Uncle Bobby, he's gonna be right in front of the pack, followed by Henry, followed by Cads, D-Man, Mr. DNG, Ghost Killer Pace, SME Sean, Josh Quas, SMB Pro, it's Funday Man and Jensen J30 in currently. I don't see any sign of Rusty yet. So I'll do the case 2 recently. Let's see. Maybe that's just happening and like power. A lot of people having power issues, funny enough. expecting? What is even happening? I don't even know. Yeah. Now Steven is CAD sets a 1 minute 10.387. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm pretty sure these guys are gonna get 10.1s, if not. Oh,
Didn't you do
that
109s here?
that is. Yeah, no. That honestly, that 109 was just like.
That 109 almost exited the lobby.
Very cool. Eh?
I was going to exit the lobby when I saw you do a 109 in practice.
Yeah, I hadn't done that before. My first in practice was a 10.3. So I was expecting, okay, maybe I can get myself down to a 10. But a 109.8 was just like everything right. Like the car didn't slide when I was like taking late into corners.
I enjoyed
even, like,
this.
Some extra curve.
This last turn uphill, just after I hit that little bump, shift down one gear and throw it in, and it just drifts so lekker.
Yes, that's the nice thing about these cars. There we go. CAD sitting on 109.936.
He's got C18 slipstreams.
Oh, okay, I see.
So we've got 20 people watching. Just say hi, tell us how your race went or who you're supporting. We had who won that first race? It was Mr. P. It's Putang Man. With DNG was second. I think Henny was third. So they've got the points there at the moment. Uncle Baby's qualifying lap is done. He goes to exit the pits. A good idea. He should go out back on track straight away because he.
Yeah. By the way, was the heavy damage on?
No heavy damage on carts. It was on, but if you had it on, as soon as the BOP and lobby started, it cleared it.
Okay.
So Uncle Babby is
heavy damage is just
not going to get round again. He came out, he's got 55 seconds to get a lap, so he's done. Cads is 109.9 fastest, Mr. DNG currently second, Uncle Babby third, Henny fourth, Ghost Killer fifth, Sean sixth. Got Sean coming across, he stays sixth. S&P coming down the hill. Couple improvers. Rusty goes sixth, just managed to sneak into the lobby. Fast Ross is putting Fast Ross language in the comments. Mr. Francis Rosso, the fastest Rosso in the West. Cads has parked it at the bottom of the turn. Sean currently lost. I know he's got pace. Does he get across here? 5 seconds. I don't think he's going to make it, so this is not going to. Maybe that. Oh, he just goes through, goes up to 7th. It's 5 minutes. Wonder why. Yeah, there we go. In our lobby, went third to second on the line. It went black as I went over the line, but I was 3 tenths up on second place. So I thought I wasn't going to get second, and then Ray started, had second. Here we go.
See what a lot of guys are doing. It's like giving like 50%
We've got S&P in the background that's done a Jorge Lorenzo start from 2018. Just started going with about 5 seconds left before the race. Cads gets a good start. Mr. DNG, Uncle Babby. We've got Ghost Killer Pace looking up the inside. He's got Henny on his outside. SNS Sean up from 6th to 7th. He's looking on Ghost Killer's inside, backside of it. This tight, the first 2 corners, these little tight switchbacks were good fun in the karts. Had some nice racing, I think, with Parky there, with the radar on, and just left him enough space. We went side by side the whole way down the hill. So shout out to Parky. Oh, we got a DNG, I think, died. No, not DNG. Who was that? Uncle Babby. Same as in qualifying. That's why I said with that big hairpin turn there, I just took it easy through there every lap. Because when I didn't, that's what happened to me. Big spins. So Cads now has the lead.
It's a dangerous corner.
Cads leads, DNG second. They've got a bit of a gap now over Henny. Henny's got Ghost Killer, Jensen, So we've got a big battle here. Mr. P, who won the last race, he's right behind SNS Sean. Sean's looking on the outside of Jensen. Takes a wide sweeping line. Does he get the cutback? It's a bit laggy. Can't see. He gets a little bit of a wobble on. Keeps his place. Doesn't go through though. S&P Pro, after his bad start, still up to 9th place. Rusty 10th. Uncle Barry 11th. D-Man also died at a point. I see he's even further back than Uncle Barry. Cads, no problem so far. He's cruising along in first with DNG just out the slipstream.
Jensen makes a nice overtake on those kill plays going on that apron, deadly apron. Goes on the inside while those kills are. Killer now does have slipstream.
Yeah, we're following them now.
Ends up bump off slightly back, but any going very proximity to each other.
So we're riding on board with Ghost Killer now. Sorry, Rob, your mic's just a little bit away from you there. Jensen's doing a bit of a disco dance here.
Yeah, we were saying like, yeah, disco dance. Yeah, well, Cat's now broken up to a 1.2 second, just about 1.2 second lead over Mr. ENG, and that gap is just extending, but a damn 1-2 at the moment. Crazy 8's Henny doing incredibly well in these spots, I have to say. Henny is currently my driver of the day. Jensen J30 going for another overtake on that deadly corner, and manages to make it stick. No spinning out for anyone there. Ghost Killer does have a good run, but then he is in the slipstream of Jensen, does give him a bit of a bum drop.
I mean, CA10.
It tends to happen a lot easier with these go-karts because of the tiny little hitboxes. You can never expect when to actually hit the guy in front of you. Sean now also making his way into the fight of 3rd place. And same with SMP 3 and also not far behind. So we've got quite a train. I mean, even Josh plus everyone within a second of each other here. From 3rd all the way down to 10th, 9th. Rusty is in 10th currently at the moment with a 5 second gap between him and Josh plus.
And he ran a little bit.
Is making time back, but he's 7 seconds behind.
And he ran a little bit wide there, and that let Jensen get away. Now he's got Ghost Killer and short. Something happened to Ghost Killer as we cut away there. I know, so he's still 4th. Sean's right behind him.
Oh, Henny was in the wall. We missed it. He's down in 10th now for the 1.5 second penalty.
Henny, not Ghost Killer, that had the issue there. Thanks. We watch S&P on Sean up the hill here with the slipstream.
SMP is real close there, but is he also going to get the bump draft? Going to go for more, he's going to bide his time. The base would be overtaking into turn 1.
I've made a few moves by doing...
Really wide.
I tried exactly what S&P's just done when I was in that position. Stay out wide and then do the cutback with more speed. So Ghost Killer gets a big tank slapper there. Henny makes up 2 places in one straight. He's still got...
Yeah, I think what happened there was that as he maybe might have braked on the jump or something. After that jump, his car just veered to the right. Fortunately, again, like I said, no damage, but still, that's gonna pretty much ruin his race. Because and then he goes onto the grass and into the wall, 1.5 second minute, and then still the glitch happens.
We saw what glitch with Ghost Killer? It's all the way down to 11th now.
Ghost Killer's place is placed around, all the way down, yeah. And that's just one spin and your race is done. One spin and your race is done.
Well, we've got Cad still leading.
You never know what could happen to these guys.
Cad's put in a 109.6 on lap 3. I don't think we're going to see a faster lap than that round here. DNG still holding on though. He did a 109.8. A 109.8 my screen shows his last lap is a 52.8, but something funny going on there. Jensen's got a comfortable third now, 2.5 seconds behind the leaders, 2.5 ahead of the guys behind. S&P still got Sean and Mr. P right behind him. Then there's a small gap, and then we have Josh and Rusty, 7th and 8th. So this is go fast, but also survival because the track's trying to kill you. As Ruff found out through the corner we're watching right now.
Yeah, so Cad's breaking away from us DNG, but they had a bit of a terrible run into that long right-hander. It gets a good exit, but he lost about 4/10 of a second onto Mr. G.
As we go on board with Sean, his dad says, keep going Sean, go boy. He's currently 5th, he's right behind S&P, we're riding on board with him. S&P goes a bit wild. That fast air spin, did you ever spin there in practice?
Yes, I have a good couple of times. A little bit of contact between Sean and but Sean does take the position.
Yeah, he had his nose up there. I think S&P possibly turned in without knowing he was right there. Sean's avatar looks to the left there, coming side by side down into turn 1. S&P's always
Sean gets a little.
S&P's always so nice to race because he is so clean.
He is always a clean driver. And it's bringing Kunteman back into the fray as well. Now it's battle for course. Rusty also not too far behind, but 17th on the same. Josh Quash also fast. Okay, drop back to a second. He didn't have a good exit onto the bridge, but there's a 2x2 battle for 4th and 5th, and another 2x2 for 5th and 6th and 7th. Sorry.
See Rusty taking a tight inner line, and he's right behind Mr. P now. They're chasing down the guys in front, like you said. It's quite interesting if you can hold that tighter line. You make a couple tenths, but then if you don't have a slipstream, you lose a lot of speed up the hill. If you do have a slipstream, it can counter that. S&P up ahead taking a very wide line, trying to get a cut back on Sean. Gets a bit better
Sean goes through the grass but doesn't spin. That's crazy. That's deadly. I'll get a 0.5 second penalty though, and that's going to be treacherous.
Yeah, especially where you serve it across the bridge, still with a bit of the straight to go. S&P might go through, but will Mr. P and Josh, Rusty's died there, he's lost 5 seconds, so he must have run wide on the lot.
Yeah, and Henny's now coming back for 8th position, just 2.5 seconds away from Rusty. I think the Bobby is a second away from Henny. Those killers saw unfortunate with these incidents there, down in 11th. So yeah, a whole lot of problems for these robots. I think everyone's just going to be happy that this is over, because the amount of input that you put into your steering wheel or controller, so many literally on the wheel. You're using probably like between 5 degrees.
Mr. P bump drafts.
Rusty goes and spins. Rusty down in 8th, and gets a 3-second penalty for hitting the wall twice.
Interesting tactic. Oh, and S&P hits a spin as well. It was an interesting tactic by Mr. P. I was going to say he bump drafted Sean to the car with the penalties, and they both went past S&P, and then obviously he has gone past him now anyway, but he knows Sean had the penalty. S&P did recover pretty quickly. He only lost about 4 or 5 seconds. He only lost 1 place, but he's far off the back of this battle now. Unfortunately, Sean's going to lose time.
Like you can recover it.
This is the last lap as well.
Oh yeah, 9 laps, yeah. The Cad's going to be taking that.
Yeah, Cad's coming up the hill, unbothered, 2.4 seconds ahead of Mr. DNG. I'm not sure where Cad's was in the first race. Evening Thunderdome, hope you're well. Kendall, it's kind of Mercedes tactics there. So we have Cad's winning, DNG Jensen. Mr. P's holding on from Sean. I'm sure Sean will be happy going from last to 5th in this race. Josh comes across 6th, S&P 7th. Good race from him. Unlucky him and Henny had incidents, and Uncle Babby. The 3 of them could have been the podium for all we know, and instead they were 8th, 9th and 10th. Ghost Killer as well. Rusty dropped off to 11th. D-Man coming on 12th.
Yeah, and look at the left time on Jens, 109.4. That Absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, well, that's also the crazy part is he didn't have to do that because he had a 1.5, 2 second lead, but he kept pushing those last
Exactly.
few laps. Don't pull
Yeah,
a
that's a
Raventia and
very,
throw away
very
a 10
comfortable
second lead.
Sam 123. First to fourth all part of Team Sam's. Well done. Team Sam also just making pretty much these almost every race a podium. Yeah, we're gonna be going to the third race.
Yeah, give us a shout out to our sponsors while you're busy there.
Yeah, what are you thinking about race 3?
Sorry, I just stepped away from the screen for a minute. I was saying shout out to the sponsors, Rav.
Oh yeah, shout out to the sponsors. Right recruitment, Rhino Utilities. Wait, you can actually do that. I always forget them. Steven, you have to not put me on the spot. I need to get back into it here. Been a while since
TJ and
I've
Racing
done
and
the
Track
shout
Art.
outs.
There we go. I'm having so we're here at the famous Kyoto Driving Park, the Miyabi edition. Probably my favorite track in the kart. So it was quite sad to get stuck in there and murdered twice, but yeah. Jensen got the 109.4. Sorry, I thought you said Cad's got it.
Yeah. No. I said Cad's going to take the win, but Jensen said the 109.4. And it's also a Sam 123 finish position. Wonderful racing then. Okay, so getting back here, sorry. I'm using my controller for this chat session with Stephen. But yeah, we've got I think qualifying is already a go. 5-minute quali time, and that's gonna be again Cad's out in front, Uncle Bobby out down second, and this is a lot more of an easier track to run because it's wider corners. The braking point is the third last corner. As we're seeing Cad's here going in, there's a little bit of a flat S curve, and here's your braking point. Goes down to fourth gear. Yeah, sometimes you shoot down to third, sometimes not. Yeah, I see the guys do full use of the assists as well to keep this spot from completely spinning out, which is so Cad's hitting a 43.6, the Barbie's hitting a 43.7, SMP 3 Pro currently moving down the order as we're going on. 43.8 from Sean, a 47 from Mr. D&D. I'll just actually wait till everyone does their first lap. 2 more guys coming along. Jensen hits his lap.
The thing about this track is you basically just have that one braking zone, as you said, where the guys on screen, Sean and Henny, are coming into now. The rest of the track is just flat out and about maintaining your pace. That's why the times are so close. Normally.
Gad's going faster with a 43.4. The Bobby going faster with a 45. Is BNG going faster? Oh no, he's behind Rusty. Behind Rusty once again. He's getting the slipstream, but no, BNG behind Rusty, going side by side through what's going on. And this is the other thing about the cars. Like usually with a GT car, or most, I think all other cars, you take that first corner. You would usually take that first corner, wide in, fast in, slow into the midpoint, feeding out as you exit. But with these things, you pretty much stay on the inside line to that entire corner, and because you don't lose too much speed, you gain a lot more time by staying on the inside line.
Yeah, I was at the point where you can actually hear when the tires are skidding a little bit, and just like now you can hear his tires screech, like just fiddling with that angle just to stop the tire screech and not scrub off any speed down to that level.
Exactly. And that's literally hundreds of a second difference because of that. Uncle Bobby currently on pole position, provisional pole, with a 43.47, and that is without slipstream.
Yeah, I did a 43.6 on my first lap in qualifying without slipstream, and I was 3/10 up when I binned it.
I mean, like you say, there's so many of us that's doing lap times within that same second. Everyone doing 43s. I mean, if you look right now, Josh Kwas in down to 10th. Rusty is less than 7/10 of a second, and he's on first place, and he's in 11th.
Yeah. These guys are on there.
E-Man also setting his fastest lap with a 44.3. So still within a second, just under 9/10 away from first, and he's sitting in 12th. That shows you how much of close proximity these guys got.
We've got Uncle Babby's up to pole, with Cad second, Henny third, Jensen fourth, Ghost Killer fifth. They are on their last lap now because we only have 20 seconds remaining. So anyone crossing the line now won't be able to do another. Sean's in 6th, Ghost Killer 5th, S&P 7th, Mr. P is in 9th place. He won't quite get to the line, I don't think. But doesn't look like he's on a quick lap anyway.
Yes, unless he can
just
power through the black screen.
Yeah, that's it. So yep, we've into the last round. Uncle Babby, Paul, Cads, Jensen, C8 Henny, Ghost Killer Pace, SNS Sean, S&P 3 Pro, Mr. DNG, Mr. P, Rusty, Josh, and D-Man. So your top 12.
Red lights, and we go. No getting stuck, fortunately.
Baby had a bit of a jump though.
Uncle Bobby with a terrible start.
Gone from pole to 8.
This was a good jump. Oh, down to 9, down to 10. Oh, okay, almost down to 10. But that's already such a race.
That's still fine though. My start, I was 7 seconds behind at this point. But I was actually waiting or contemplating using the old Gtsa rules and saying restart, but I wanted to make sure I got here for the Pool 1 first race because I asked them to wait 10 minutes.
Ooh. Punde gets run wide, I think, by Rusty there.
Who was that?
Bird of a send. Mr. Punde, man, it's Mr. P and down in 11th. Yeah, he got ran wide by. I think it was Rusty. I'm not sure. There were so many go-karts in the same space. And look at this thing about this specific track. Everyone is so in close proximity. There is simply getting a good run going into from like 5th to 4th to 3rd, almost into 2nd place. But Cads gave Jensen the slipstream. That is some teamwork for you. Ghost Killer Place not too far off. And I mean, you look at this, 5 cars within 4/10 of each other. Oh, that is scary. That is so wild.
Jensen goes through on S&P. Henny's a bit wide here, so he's going to lose some momentum on the straight. There's Babby coming back through 7th, Sean.
Jason and Cads was a sitting duck. He had no slipstream, everyone else did. So now Cads sitting from first, going down. He blocks Ghost Killer off just slightly, but
Uncle Babby's angry, he's up to 5th already.
2 slipstreams.
Uncle Babby's coming through at a pace here.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. So all the way down to what, 10th, and then back up to 5th.
Yeah, he'll be third by this corner.
It's close.
Before the corner. Will he take second in the turn? Okay, so my money for this heat is on Babby.
Oh, this is so treacherous. This is scary. It's like watching a horror movie. Any deaths can happen
At any time. But what a lap from Babby.
And Jensen is
He
going
did
to be
a
sitting back now.
43.3 while in traffic. So he was fastest lap before, and on that lap he made like 5 places and was still only a 10th quick slower. He's a little bit wide
So
through here.
he's on a vengeance streak.
It's one line through the S-bend, so he's got the inside on Jensen's tail.
Look at the Team Sam, how they're managing this. Jensen pulling to the side to give Cat and Bobby teamwork. Oh no, someone's off. SMP3 Pro is off. I saw a little bit of knocking and bumping there. But yeah, that is pretty much his race over. He's going to be out of streaming as a 1.5 second penalty. And that's race ruining. Oh, and he spins off again. Off spin at least. So yeah, that's just death upon death. Jensen, Cads, Uncle Bobby, Mr. DNG making up the spot 4. Ghost Killer Place in 1st, Sean in 6th, Henny in 7th, Steve in 8th,
So
Josh in 9th, Rusty 10th.
the pack's
all
9 cars,
a
but
second.
Rusty's just off the back, so call it 10. 1.7 back to Rusty, who
Oh,
then
and as you say that, commentator's curse.
Rusty goes flying. So now we do have a
But yeah, he took the
9-rider
curve.
driver pack. It's like a Moto 3 race or a kart race.
Yeah. Yeah, he took the curb, and that just throws your entire cart off. Ghost Killer loses some momentum on the exit of the final corner. He is in the slipstream of Sean though. Mr. P on the side of him, and just so close. And yeah, I think what would be the optimal strategy is to stay on the inside, because you lose speed, but then you'll be nice 5th in Ghost Killer now, getting back up to 6th position. And look at that, first place is half a second away. 6. Ghost Killer looking to some antics there.
What does it mean when the Uncle
no,
Babby
Uncle
goes
Babby's
flying? What happened there?
Again, and that's just so unfortunate.
On the
Once again.
indicator next to the speedo, you can see the ABS light for CADS is yellow. What does that mean? Is he using ABS or? Because I see Henny isn't,
it could be a
Jensen
cheeky
isn't,
spectator glitch, or
Sean isn't,
yeah. So
Puting Mang is.
The ABS is on weak. The ABS is on weak, and that just means that you could lock up your brakes. But I think with like the counter steer assist and all of that on as well for CADS, that sort of balances out, which could be that the key in making up that extra bit of half-tenths.
Counter steer
Henny
assist
with a move.
in pool 1.
Yeah, Henny moving up and taking the lead, although it will be very brief since CAD's got slipstream, he's got the overrun over speed. Although it's like by 1 kilometer, that kilometer makes all the difference in go-karts. Ghost Killer and Mr. P battling, they're falling behind a little bit, half a tenth away from Sean. And Henny now moves down to 3rd, because Jensen and CADS are working together, teammates naturally. So we're seeing a good amount of teamwork from the Sand team here. But Henny is not going to give up. He's going to send one in again.
Lyric
a
says
little
hello.
bit of lag, and Henny goes off.
Henny had a big slide there, looked like. So we're dropping out. 4 minutes left in this race. Still, that's another 6 laps or so. CADS leads. He's got Jensen behind him. Sean 3rd. Mr. P 4th. He's got Ghost Killer right with him. Ghost Killer has been not slow, but he's had a few bumps and things. But I always expect to see Ghost Killer in the front. So seeing him in 5th, 6th tonight is unusual. Who else?
Yeah,
We got Josh
he
in
always
6th.
says single-seaters are the bane of his existence, the GT games, GT Sport.
Well, it's quite a
He's never
variety
liked
as well.
single-seaters.
Like SFs are totally different to the karts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Crazy
Shana.
downforce, high speeds. Yeah, he's always said he's never been good with the high downforce things and go-karts as well. Sean also now losing touch quite a bit. Mr. P taking just about 4th right now.
It looks like a 2-horse
But he's
battle
on
here,
the outside line,
game
sure.
CADS versus Jensen. It's weird that someone in the comments said Cads is using traction control. I don't see that because you don't want any loss of power on these things. There's such low power to start
Yeah,
with.
Jensen is using traction control at the moment, or at least it shows. Sometimes there is a bug in the game where it shows traction control is on a certain driver, but it isn't.
Sean and
But usually
Mr.
with
P.
the counter steer and stuff, yeah.
Rick. Someone's feeling
Awesome.
left out that he's not getting played with.
Rick also complaining. Oh, Ghost Killer getting a good amount of slipstream against Mr. P and Sean. Goes on the wider line. He's going to try and make a cutback. Does have the speed, but these two go-karts blocking his path. What is he going to do from here? So there's a good battle for first and second, and another battle for third, fourth, fifth, possibly sixth, possibly seventh. And D-Man very, very hefty 3.5 seconds behind, which is half a marathon in terms of go-karts. Uncle Babi way behind in 10th, SMP 3 Pro also down in 11th, and all the way back.
Sean almost lost it there. Got a little wide through the chicane when he came back, touched wheels and almost spun onto the straight. Got the battle for the lead still nice and tight. Jensen's right on Cads.
Ooh, and there's a bit of a cut. I think Sean and Mr. P make contact. Just slightly on the throttle since again. Nice to be worse.
Well, we got
Ooh, he just misses. Oh my word, that was really close.
Josh coming through on Sean, so we've got 3rd to 6th in a little battle, the leaders in a battle. D-Man's by himself, Henny, Uncle Babby 9th, Mr. P's just got unfortunately murdered somehow. SMP murdered early on, Rusty murdered himself a couple times. Cads is just keeping that 0.3 of a second gap.
So I say everyone's gonna love the fact that go-kart's over. So Ghost Killer moving now half a second ahead of the CNG, but that is slipstream distance, although it's not like as potent as it would be in GT cars, but it's enough to make that gap almost nothing because every moment counts when it's down to.
I've got Ghost Killer's other advantage at the moment is the other three are fighting each other, so you can see that's now up to half a second because they weren't taking the optimal line through the chicane.
DNG as well.
DNG's now got a gap on Sean and Josh, who are fighting each other hard, and they've let the other two ahead of them for the podium battle get away there because they're now over a second behind. Still a nice battle with Sean and Josh though. They're doing the cutback, and this is going to be the last lap coming up.
Ready. 3 separates first and second, just under 4 separate first and second, but it will be Cads as Jensen had to love going into that final chicane. Mr. DNG and Ghost Killer. Oh, Mr. DNG gets Ghost Killer off, and that is a big loss all the way. And now Ghost Killer is almost in a bad position, getting stuck there, going all the way down.
I was trying to find who died there. So Ghost Killer went from 3rd to 9th on the last corner. It's unfortunate for him. So we've got Cads taking the win again. High chance, I don't know where he came in the first race, but that should set him up well for the overall. Jensen 2nd, DNG, Josh, Sean, that's your top 5. Then Henny, D-Man, Uncle Babby, Ghost Killer.
He's also getting the fastest lap as well.
It was a great effort from...
Oh, look at the fastest lap times once again.
The fastest lap, 10th place. Mr. P just before he died. When that does help being in the slipstream in that pack compared to the leaders as well.
Yeah, we did see Mr. DNG did say sorry to Ghost Killer there. And he's what?
Cad's got a 43.2 with no slipstream.
You're going to be very busy this weekend.
Not me, I'll just watch the stewards, their job. Shout out to Steve to Sean, saying well done, first time in Pool 1. You did a great job. Next week, what are we doing next week? Is it the 1500? Let's see.
I would love that.
Where's the calendar?
I've been so out of it, Stephen, that I haven't checked the calendar. I don't know what's happening. It's just been, it's been a month, so
Yeah, it's
I'll
a
maybe take 2 or 3 weeks to be like fully adjusted.
F1500T. So that should be fun.
Oh, Nürburgring GP. Oh,
Old school car, old school
that is
Grand
gonna
Prix
be fun.
track.
whew, a
I
lot of power. A lot of power.
Oh, I don't know.
Hopefully-
We've raced
hopefully all
it
the
at
tires
Spa
fully
before.
wet.
What, did we race it anywhere else on Gtsa? I know we've done Spa. That was a great fun.
Yeah, we have done Spa, and I think I don't know if we did do.
Rick says no.
I don't think it was what the. Oh, okay.
Okay, well, thanks everyone who's still watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you didn't die too many times tonight. We shall see you all next week. Thanks Trackart, TGN Racing, Rhino Recruitment, and who am I missing? Right Recruitment and Rhino Utility. Sorry, I'm combining sponsors now. It's been a long day. Thanks, Rob, for joining me. Have a good one.
It's always a pleasure.
We'll catch you guys
Have a
next
good
week.
weekend and evening. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Thanks,
Bring it
guys.
this-
Cheers.